What's your name, sir?
My name is Eli.
The third. My name is Lucas, and I interview people for about 5 minutes and ask them about deeply held beliefs. Do you have any deeply held beliefs? Usually things like, things that make a difference to your day-to-day life.
Sure. Tons of things.
So what kinds of things do you believe?
I believe that it's impossible to be sure about anything. But it is possible to be... sorry, I'm merging.
No problem.
It is possible to be fairly certain about things, supported by facts. I like to believe that my opinions and views on life are fluid, and when new, hopefully better evidence is presented to me, I can assimilate and incorporate that into my belief structure. There are certain things that I don't contemplate very often because it's just not useful. Like, I believe that the sun is probably going to appear in the sky today, or when I touch something it will be solid, or when I exhibit a certain behavior that people will respond in a certain way within the norms, that sort of thing. But when it comes to things that you can't test or experience at all, ever, like God, I have zero confidence, zero evidence, I guess.
Where did you learn this? I'm going to call it skepticism, for lack of a better term.
I actually sought out God when I was a kid. I went to different churches and talked to different people who were fervent in their beliefs, and even pretended, I thought the thing to do was to act like them, go to church, say the things that they say, sing their songs, pray the way that they prayed, and it all just seemed like an act all the time, every time. Nothing amazing, nothing unexplainable, no voices, nothing. I think it just turns out that everybody's playing pretend.
You mean you experienced none of these things, or you heard that
I
nobody
experienced
them?
none, and I didn't have any reason to believe that anybody else was experiencing anything different from what I was. I did have one experience, but I chalk it up to mass hypnosis. I was at a Pentecostal church, and they were doing healings, laying on of hands and that sort of thing. And they would put the hand on the person's head and say their incantation, and the person would be blasted back by the power of the Holy Spirit. And I said, okay, I'll go up there and do that. And, I'm standing in line thinking, I'm not going to fall. There's no way I'm not going to fall. And then I got up there and I fell. But now with experience and more knowledge, I know that I was in a little bit of a state of hypnosis. I saw everybody else fall, so even though I'm intellectually not believing it, my subconscious totally believes it because I just saw it happen 50 times.
Right. That's interesting. I've never had an experience like that. Did you, when you had that experience, how long do you think it took for you to realize, oh, wait a minute, that's not really what happened?
I think even when it happened, I didn't believe that it was the Holy Spirit. I didn't really, at the time, have the capacity to reason out that it was a mass hypnosis, but I never believed it.
Didn't feel real.
No, it's cool. Right, it didn't feel real.
Gotcha.
It felt like I was just automatically doing what I was supposed to do.
So do you think that people should think it would be better if people viewed the world through your lens or through a supernatural, somebody else, perhaps a God is in control of the world type lens?
I wouldn't say my lens, but I would say the filter of what is testable rather than a feeling that they were taught to have.
Do you think there's anything in the world that people should believe that isn't testable?
I think people should believe that most humans want the same things. They want and are alike. And I don't know if that, I don't have any grand theories on the nature of reality, but I think if people would just realize that we're all the same, we all feel the same and think the same inside for the most part, that the world would be a much better place.
Cool. So we're about at our 5 minutes. We can keep talking or we can shut up now. But I want to thank you for your time and tell you that I appreciate it.
All right, thank you.